UN vote shakes Middle East. Netanyahu pushes to expel Hamas. Global peace plan sparks controversy. What happens when world leaders propose peace, but the path to peace sparks even more conflict? This week, a major decision by the United Nations has put the future of Gaza, Israel, and the entire Middle East under the global spotlight. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is now calling for Hamas to be expelled from the region. Meanwhile, Donald Trump's 20-point peace plan promises amnesty, reconstruction, and international oversight, but it has left both sides divided. So, is this the beginning of a new era of peace, or just another political storm? Stay with us till the end because the answers might surprise you. But first, what exactly does the new UN-backed plan propose, and why is it causing major disagreements? Just days ago, the UN Security Council voted to endorse Donald Trump's peace plan, which aims to bring an end to the long-running war between Israel and Hamas. The plan suggests a ceasefire, amnesty for Hamas members who surrender and choose peace, a multinational stabilization force for Gaza, economic recovery led by international partners. It also introduces something called a Board of Peace, a group of participating nations tasked with rebuilding Gaza and supporting long-term development. The international community largely welcomed the move, calling it a historic opportunity. But not everyone agrees, because right after the UN vote, Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu dropped a bombshell statement that changed everything. A day after the UN endorsement, Netanyahu released a series of statements on Twitter saying, "Israel extends its hand in peace and prosperity to all of our neighbors and calls on neighboring countries to join us in expelling Hamas and its supporters from the region." This statement went beyond Trump's original plan. Trump's peace plan suggests amnesty for Hamas members who disarm and choose peaceful coexistence. It even allows safe passage for those who voluntarily wish to leave Gaza. It does not require Hamas to be expelled or dismantled entirely. But Netanyahu's message hinted otherwise. When questioned, Israeli officials explained that expulsion meant Hamas should have no role in Gaza's future, no political power, no military authority, and no ability to govern. This shows a key difference between the U.S. vision and the Israeli approach. But what does Hamas think about all this? Their response was strong and surprising. Hamas did not fully reject the UN-backed peace plan, but they firmly said it does not protect the political and human rights of Palestinians. Their main objections were, they do not want an international governing mechanism in Gaza, they oppose foreign peace forces trying to disarm them, but, interestingly, they said they are open to negotiation on how the international force should operate. A Palestinian analyst, Riham Oda, explained this perfectly. Hamas is not rejecting, but rather objecting and trying to negotiate better terms. Meanwhile, ordinary Palestinians in Gaza hold different views. A displaced businessman, Abu Abdallah, said, "We want international forces if it means Israel will fully withdraw. But we don't want one occupation replaced by another." This shows frustration and fatigue. People want peace, but they fear losing control over their own future. But here's where it gets even more complicated. Netanyahu also rejects Palestinian statehood. So, how can peace move forward? Even before the UN vote, Netanyahu publicly said that Israel opposes Palestinian statehood. This came after far-right coalition partners in Israel reportedly pushed back against any plan that even hinted at an independent Palestinian future. Netanyahu's government also strongly opposes any role of the Palestinian Authority in Gaza even after the war. This directly conflicts with Trump's peace plan, which says that political reforms in the Palestinian Authority could eventually support a pathway to Palestinian self-determination and statehood. This means the U.S. sees a future with a possible Palestinian state, but Israel's current leadership does not. So who will run Gaza after the war, with Hamas rejected and the Palestinian Authority excluded? The UN resolution supports a multinational peacekeeping force temporarily deployed to Gaza. Their mission? Stabilize the area, monitor the ceasefire, provide humanitarian assistance, and help rebuild Gaza. Countries will participate through a board of peace, handling economic recovery, infrastructure, and governance support. But Hamas says this force must only monitor the borders, not govern Gaza or interfere with internal affairs. Some fear that this international presence could eventually become a new type of foreign control, especially if Hamas is forced out or disarmed. While Israel has partially withdrawn troops since the ceasefire took effect on October 10th, it still controls about 53% of Gaza, and both sides have accused each other of violating the ceasefire terms. So where does this leave Gaza, and is peace really possible under these conditions? Here's the current situation. Ceasefire, holding but fragile. Israel, determined to eliminate Hamas from power. Hamas refuses to disarm but open to negotiation. International community pushing for reconstruction and stability. UN supporting an international force and peace roadmap. But three major questions remain. 1. Who will govern Gaza after the war? 2. Will Hamas accept political disarmament or face complete removal? And 3. Can peace exist without addressing Palestinian statehood? Experts say the answer depends on whether all parties, Israel, Hamas, the U.S., Arab nations, and the UN, can agree on a shared vision for Gaza. Otherwise, any peace plan will remain just that, a plan. The road to peace in the Middle East is never simple. With Netanyahu calling for Hamas's expulsion, Hamas demanding sovereignty, and the UN pushing for an international solution, the future of Gaza hangs in the balance. Is this a turning point toward peace, or just another chapter in a long political battle? Let us know in the comments. Do you think Hamas should be removed from Gaza, or should they be included in future governance under international supervision? If you found this analysis insightful, don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more global news breakdowns, share your thoughts below. Because understanding world events shouldn't be complicated. We make it clear.